Take me through when the police got to you, because obviously you went in because was it like actual police, or was it like a
Oh, it
special
was.
unit?
Oh, okay. So, they told me they were a special unit, but it's police. Like, I mean, I don't know the difference. I
Yeah.
mean, I see the car, the uniform. You're police.
Okay.
Okay. So, when they arrived, okay, they walked up on my property. They parked two houses down.
Uh
Walked
huh.
up my property. Of course, I could hear the police chat on the radio, so I knew they were present.
Right.
So they walked up, and of course, in police fashion, got the gun ready, the whole 9 yards. I'm like, wow, okay, if somebody, because they told me they're here for my well-being, it's a welfare check.
Okay.
So I didn't really know. I was like, welfare check.
I'm not a welfare.
Yeah, that's the first thing in my mind. I'm like, okay, I'm a little confused. Did you talk to somebody?
Uh huh.
So I'm like, okay, what are you here for, sir, miss? I said, you guys are a little, excuse me, jittery. So I have three officers.
Yeah.
I have a lady to my right. I have the gentleman in front of me, and I have another guy. They're basically covering all their bases, and I have another cop walking towards. So there's really four cops there.
Yeah.
And there's other cops, but they're in their vehicles. So now I believe that's what it was. So now I'm like, okay, my son is behind me. My wife is 3 o'clock next to me, and I'm like, and the officer's telling her like, oh, he's been bigger actor before, trying to tell my story. I'm like, no, I have never had a problem with the police
Right.
or anything like this. Like, why all of a sudden I was already a criminal? So that already irked me. Because I play it back in my head
Yeah.
every day. I mean, it's been 5 weeks, and I think about it every single day, brother.
So you play in your mind since that incident with interaction police, what could have gone wrong?
Every single day of my life, it sucks.
All right. So luckily you're still here with us. What really happened after they spoke to you? How did they end up letting you know that? Look, were you put in cuffs? What happened?
Yeah. So I was put in cuffs, for their safety, of course. I was put in cuffs and escorted to their vehicle, where they kept telling me, "You're not under arrest. You're not under arrest." So I said, "Okay, so can I leave?" They said no. So I said, "So I am under arrest." No, it doesn't count. I said, "Well, if I can't move, I can't do anything other than follow you. Okay, then
Yeah.
I'm under arrest." Okay, so I need to be told what's going on. At the time, no one would tell me what was going on.
Uh huh.
So they put me in the back of a police car, no AC, bro. Oh my gosh. I was like, wow. You're coming at me saying I want to kill myself, but yet you over here attempted murder, okay? And then you say I'm not under arrest, but you parading me around my whole neighborhood, okay? Handcuffed and all that stuff, door closed, watch your head as you going in, okay? The same exact process.
Yeah.
Okay?
I think Seinfeld had a joke about that
So,
too.
so I'm like, the same process that I see on the shows. Oh, these shows aren't realistic. Well, you're I know what's next. Like, I mean, whatever they had in those shows is exactly what's going on here. So you're saying it's not realistic. At this point in time, I don't believe you. Okay? And, they brought me to the hospital. Now, this is where things got interesting. They brought me to the hospital. When I told them I begged and pleaded, I did not want to go.
Yeah.
So when they brought me in, so here are my options. Either I comply with everything they ask,
Yeah.
or they put me to sleep. And they do whatever they want to do.
Put you to sleep as in give you like a sedative?
More of an injection. They would do it with a needle. Yes. So sedative. Yeah. They would put me to sleep.
All right.
So I tightened up right there and then.
So you went with option A
Yeah.
to cooperate?
Yeah, because I didn't want to be used
Yeah.
for anything.
Yeah.
And we got into they needed to do blood tests. They got to do the corona test, the whole 9 yards.
Uh-huh.
And so I went inside, and I already had told them, hey, listen, I already had alcohol and a little bit of weed, so they wouldn't come back here and pretend like they didn't, like it was something that I did wrong. I'm like, first of all, I have my permit and all that. So of course, when they did find that out through blood test, they came out and made it bigger than what it was. Oh my God, this is terrible, and this and that, and oh, are you on medication? No, I'm not on medication. Would you like to be? Wait.
Would you like to be?
At least the guy that prescribed me the weed, we had a conversation for an hour and a half. I just met you. Here you go. Like, I don't get introduced to plugs like that. Like I was like, wow.
That's
And
wild,
that's
son.
when I knew in my head. I was like, no,
Uh-huh.
something's wrong.
All right, so something's wrong. They did the test. They found what they found, and they wanted to give you more drugs. But now, so now you're actually in the facility, checked in. You know, what did they do? Did they strip you down, give you new clothes, take away your stuff that you had on
so
you?
we had we had an argument about that. So because in my head I'm going home
Oh,
because remember they didn't when they told me I was under arrest, they didn't tell me what it was.
yeah,
Okay, I was very coherent. I was trying to figure out what's going on.
yeah.
Okay, because you're here for my well-being. I didn't know that you guys were a Baker Active team. Apparently, this is what they do.
Mm.
Because as I was sitting in the chair in there, I saw them, not necessarily the same officers, but other group of officers just bringing people in the same way, handcuffed the whole 9 yards, as if they're just getting paid just to go get people. In my head, I'm like, well, there's 988, there's 211, there's 611, there's whatever numbers. There's other numbers out there that know how to handle this, but yet you send a police officer, and the only training he or she has, realistically, is to take you in.
Well, I think the 988 people, your peoples probably didn't know about 988 because 988 is still what, not even 6 months old. If I'm
Yeah, it's new, but I think there's like a 211 or I don't know. There's a whole bunch of numbers that I could have called too, but I wasn't feeling suicidal. That was the whole thing. Like I wasn't on the suicide tip.
Oh, hold on, before you go, 988 is the first three numbers for my phone number in Jamaica.
What do you mean, like a 954?
Yeah, no, after 876, my next three numbers are 988.
988. So,
So be careful out there, Jamaicans from Portmore.
yeah. So wow. So because of that, I was like, wow, this really went left.
Yeah.
This is not where I was trying to go with it. So regardless of the situation, as I got there, they're like, okay, you need to take off. You need to put on the robe. This is me prior to meeting the doctor. I was like, why do I need to change for? You need to put on a robe.
You're getting checked in.
I'm like,
What else
I'm
can I
like,
tell you, sir?
well, no one's telling me
one's
this.
so they basically trying to keep you in the dark while they push you through a system.
That's the thing I didn't understand. I'm like, I'm looking at you. I'm like, bro. Now this is after an hour and a half. Okay, so I am not under the influence at that point.
You're sobered up.
I'm sobered up. I'm sitting there watching TV like the rest of them. I'm seeing everything that's going on, but he's not telling me what's going on. He's just treating me. I don't want to use this word, like the R word, like imbecile. I'll just use that. I'll just say that he's treating me like an
You
imbecile.
can't use that R word because you're trying to find the correct term.
Yeah, I can't
Okay,
say
I
that.
got you.
I can't say it. So
You're on the spectrum.
yeah, so I'm like I'm slow. I'm like, bro,
Right.
I'm. Why do I need to take off my clothes? Just tell me, right? Because obviously, even the officer told him prior to them leaving that he's not a threat because they did, have to cage up some people.
You're like, yo, here's my hands. I'll sit in the back. I just need the air at 70.
That's all it was,
All right.
So now, he goes, listen, in order for the doctor to see you, just to say that you're ready, you're going to have something on. That way you're approachable.
You mean the robe?
The robe. So I said, I'm not going to wear a robe with my ass all out. And he goes, listen, you got shorts? Yeah.
Keep
You have
them
nothing in your pocket, right? Yeah. We'll put it over the shorts. But you have to take off your T-shirt.
on. Uh-huh.
So I was like, all right, let's get the show over with. So I put on the shirt and spoke to the doctor. Then doctor supposedly agreed with me, which I know he didn't, and then said that because of what the police report said,
Uh-huh.
based on the police report, they have to keep me here overnight.
Mm.
So I said, really? So once again, I believe I'm there overnight.
So you're just complying with everything. I just want to go home.
Correct.
All right. Fair enough.
So they start walking me down the hallway. I see security. They bring me in, they put me in this van, right? I'm like, okay, what's going on? Now, mind you, I have nothing. I don't have my hat. I don't have shoes. I have nothing. I just have this robe, and they don't know that I have shorts on. They think I'm naked underneath.
Okay.
So I have the little socks they gave me, and that's it. That's all I have. So I get in the van. I'm like, okay. In my head, I'm like, I have no cell phone. I have nothing. Like right now, if I'm gone, I am off the spectrum. Okay, now I'm feeling extremely weird because now I'm like, okay, where are we going?
Uh huh.
You know what I'm saying? Like, why
Yeah.
are we leaving the hospital, bro?
Tell me
But
what.
we weren't leaving the hospital.
You're actually going into your assigned room. Is that what's happening?
I was going into the loony bin, which they keep those people away. It's like going into Lion Country Safari, where you
Yeah.
got to drive that whole that whole road. Where if a lion went to escape, you'll get tired by the time he gets to the main road.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's what it is. That's exactly how it felt like. Okay, so it was still on the same property, but it was another building.
Okay.
So they drove there because you have to go through the parking lot and whatnot. I didn't realize everything until I left the place and I saw how everything was structured. So now because I live near the property, it's automatic. So every time I drive on that road, I look. Never used to look before, but now I'm always
But
looking.
now you notice it.
So now they bring me in. Now mind you, it's 10 o'clock at night. I went in approximately 1:30. It's 10 o'clock at night. Okay, they check me in and tell me I'm gonna be in a room, and this is when the lady's telling me, you know, if you comply with everything, you may be even able to get out tomorrow. I said, what you mean?
It is 24 hours.
I said, what you mean maybe? Of course I'm leaving tomorrow.
There is no reason for me to be here
What do you mean
to
maybe?
begin with.
So I'm still not aware of what's going on because I don't know what Baker acting is.
Yeah.
I don't know what my charges are for. I'm just thinking, okay, they need to keep me overnight.
Uh-huh.
Okay, no
Just
big
for
deal.
eval.
No big deal. Next day happens, I meet the doctor. That didn't go so well because once again, she just viewed me as a drug addict and she just kept trying to push me to take her pill.
Another black guy.
Now, I don't know what the pills were. She didn't diagnose me. She just wanted me to take the pills. And I
Yeah.
kept telling her, I'm not taking any pills. I said, I don't understand. Why should I be taking pills? Oh, you smoke weed. What's the difference? Oh, you're just a waste of my time. I'm like, well, apparently there's something in it for you. So I left. And as I exited, my wife happened to call.
Okay.
And then she told me, hey, you know you've been Baker acted, right? You're in here for 72 hours.
Oh, so she went and did her research.
Yeah, because she spoke to my lawyer. So she's like, no, he's in there for 72 hours. There's nothing I could do within that 72-hour time period.
Okay.
Anything over that, then I could file this, I could get him out. But when he's in there,
That first 72.
he's in there.
All right, family. We're talking to Mickey Valentine, DJ Mickey Valentine from Fort Lauderdale, who got Baker acted just a couple weeks ago. You know, life has been stressful for a lot of us, and in Florida they have these mechanisms put in place to help people, get the help that they need when they're facing certain, mental stresses or stresses of life. And one of them is the Baker Act, where they put you into a facility for 72 hours for evaluation, and he's given us his account of what happened right here on the Sean Show. So we're going to take a break shortly. But before we take that break, Mickey, so you've gone 24 hours now. What happens? Tell me, what happens overnight? What was it like sleeping? Was it just like going in your bed, or was there like, because when my mom is in the hospital, there's somebody always coming to her room like every 30 minutes or every hour. What was that like?
Oh, man, it was annoying. Okay, so I don't want to say that.
You already said annoying, so.
I don't want to say that I'm privileged or bougie, but I'm used to sleeping in the king size.
So now you appreciate your bed more at home now.
What?
All right, continue.
So now, so twin size bed. I can't remember the last time I slept on a twin. So I'm like, okay. So already accommodations are not.
Okay.
So I'm already complaining about that
You
in
on
my
a twin
head.
size bed now?
Huh?
You on a twin?
No. I'm talking about the facility.
Yeah, on the facility. What size bed were you in?
It's like a little twin size that's bolted to the ground. So everything is bolted. See, they don't trust nobody. Okay, like everything is screwed onto the ground, right? So you're there. They give you towels. They give you sheets and everything else. It's not that bad. You're in there with a roommate. So there are 6 rooms, 2 people per room. It is a mixture between men and women, but the women are together and the men are together, obviously.
Okay.
But all the doors are open. Okay.
Okay, so you have a room, but you don't have a door.
No, they're there. There's doors, but they're open, so the nurse could see and hear anything that's going on.
So you can't close the door.
You're not allowed to.
Okay.
Now, when you flush a toilet,
Uh-huh.
it sounds like you're in the kitchen and everything just fell, like all the dishes, like that's how loud the toilets are.
Okay.
Okay, and I'm noticing all this because it kept going all night long. So, but nobody seems to wake up, and I'll get into that for why that is, because I realized it after my third day. So now, it changes every 21 minutes. And the reason why I know this is because as I was walking, I was reading the nurse's charts and
okay.
oh yes, every 21 minutes to every 19 minutes. So they rotate. So sometimes it's 21 minutes, 19. After the 19, 21. After the 21, 19 minutes. Okay, they would walk in your room all night long to make sure you're sleeping. Now hospital rooms. Hospital beds, one next to each other, obviously, right?
Yeah.
And then there's the bathroom. So what they must do in every room, they must walk through this door, walk past bed number 1, bed number 2, bathroom, and then they have a key card or something, and they would scan, and they would walk out. So the first night, of course, I'm not using people walking in my room in the middle of the night. My kids don't do that. I mean, my son's quiet, so I just pretend. I don't want to say. Sorry, I didn't want to say I was pretending I was sleeping. Well, yeah, I was pretending I was sleeping, but I was just
really
they can't see me.
Of
I'm listening. I'm watching. I'm trying to figure this out. I'm counting. There's no clocks, so in my head, I'm trying to figure out what time it is by looking outside the window.
So in the 72 hours, you had no clock. Not even, but
no, we had a clock.
You eventually had your cell phone that you could look at
on the way out.
Oh, so the call that your wife made to you.
She called the facility.
Oh.
And the backstory on that one's even crazier because they don't let it's a HIPAA law. It's a HIPAA law. They cannot give your information out. So
you're the patient, then it's patient
and that's the part that bothered me because of the fact that you won't let her talk to me. But yet, if anybody calls police and says somebody's feeling some type of way, you'll take their word before you'll even take our word for it. But yet now you're calling, that's all confidential. Get the heck out of here.
I got you.
So now I had to provide her with a number,
yeah,
like a security number.
Yeah,
and then she was able to communicate. But the whole way that went down in the beginning,
yeah.
The only reason why I got to speak to my wife, because my wife, I heard the nurse go, ma'am, calm down, ma'am. Stop. And I already knew. I was like, oh, God, that's my wife. It's like, I'll take it from here. Like, she's like, that's not the way we do things. Like, listen, you don't want none of this lady.
This is how it's going to go down right now.
Yeah, but the first 24 up to, the doctor telling me that I'm going to stay here and everything else. And what bothered me was, I come to find out the last day, they don't let anybody leave on the weekends. So
that's like being thrown in jail over like Labor Day weekend. No, you ain't gonna see the judge till Tuesday.
That's basically what it was.
Monday,
so why would you hype me up and make me think I'm leaving tomorrow on Sunday? I'm over there like Cat Williams, like I got a little change now. I'm good. I'll be out this mother in no time. What you mean I'm staying? No bond.
Yeah, that's like a long extended vacation inside that. Not even a vacation, but just a long stay inside there. All right, so we've got through day one, first 24 hours. When we come back from the break, we're gonna go through your final 48 and what it's been like since after because it's been what, 5 weeks you said? 5 weeks. All right, so we're gonna see what it's like after everything was done to see how you've been adjusting, what's been put in place, if you've had any assistance from the system, or how the system has been treating you since then. All right, we're going to take a break and come right back with more Sean Show. We got this one is called Baker Acted with Mickey Valentine. We're going to be doing bingo with a purpose. The bingo night has changed tremendously. DJ Kevin, who was curating the music, has been diagnosed with pancreatic cancer. And to help him and his family, we're going to be donating the proceeds from Beats and Bingo Night to him to help with the family bills. So we ask you to buy a ticket or two and come play Beats and Bingo Thursday, September 29 at the Castle Gardens Clubhouse, 4850 Northwest 22nd Court, Lauderhill, Florida. Doors open at 6. Game starts at 7. We still got the fabulous prizes for you. you, but we want you to come on out to Beats and Bingo with a purpose. Tickets are only $30. Get them now at beatsandbingo.eventbrite.com. Come support DJ Kevin, Prodigy Movements. Of course, this presentation is sponsored by D Dribbler, fueling your passion. Athletic sportswear, you get it now. Get your order in early at 646-736-9921, or you can email them at ddribblersportsllc@gmail.com. That's D Dribbler, coming soon, fueling the passion. All right, so welcome back to the Sean Show, talking to Mickey Valentine, DJ Mickey Valentine from out of Fort Rockadale, Fort Lottie Dottie. One of the top DJs down here in the private market. You know, he does all these wonderful stuff. You know, first of all, let me just say thanks, man. You got me on that Miami Dolphins gig, man. That's what's up.
Oh, yeah.
You know, we're still doing it. It's like, what, 3-4 years now? Is that our fourth season? So, you know, cheers to that. Even did the Super Bowl, too.
Yeah, I heard. I left right before that.
You know, I don't know why you got mad and left, but.
No. It was just, I was just overwhelmed.
Overwhelmed?
That's really what it was. I missed my family, but it's just that I was still doing my own thing, which I still am. And which I was glad because, you know, when 2020 hit and that whole pandemic happened, I was kind of glad I had something in the back burner. Yeah. But that was really what it was. It wasn't a pandemic or anything. It was just,
so you were doing more work outside of the...
Yeah, so it was just like with the Super Bowl coming and everything, and it became a 23-hour job. And I'm like, oh, I still got other stuff I was letting fall, and I couldn't sacrifice that. That was my stuff.
That was your first introduction to self-preservation. You know, because now after your experience on that twin bed, now you understand the beauty of your king size bed with your lady next to you.
Purple. Yeah. The purple mattress. I was like, I was complaining about that mattress. But
was it a purple mattress?
Yeah, it's a purple mattress. No, mine is a purple.
Oh, yours a purple mattress.
Oh, their mattress. I don't know. At the end, that's when I looked. I was like, what the heck is this? It's just a foam thing.
Is it good though? Because I've been looking at it.
I mean, that's. I laid in it. I mean, I guess it's one of those mattresses that multiple people can sleep in. That way, it's easy to clean, wipe. You know. Okay. But yeah, so the first day we got through was a little tough. Yeah. And of course, I was a little stubborn because I was upset. I was like, why am I in here? Yeah. Okay. And then the next day, I realized, hey, can't beat him, join him. Okay, because everybody, for some reason, because I'm watching Charm, because that's what's on TV. Because they have a room where, you know, you're just watching whatever they put on, okay? Yeah. So, because they were there before me, so I just let whatever was playing.
Yeah, you ain't trying to rock the boat. You the new kid inside the spot.
I'm chilling.
Inside the joint.
Now, mind you, people are walking in like nurses, people that just... They haven't seen me before. Yeah. I look exotic to them. So they're asking me like, hey, you know, you
look decent. Why are you here?
Why are you here? You know what I'm saying? Because they're like, were you in the military? I'm like, no. Like, And I realized why after.
Tell me why.
I thought it's because I made my bed every morning, which is what? I made my bed. And of course I did a little workout, sit-ups and everything else, push-ups there. And I was like, is that why you guys think I'm in the military? Well, that and the fact that I am a member.
You're a member of the
Navy Credit Union.
Oh.
So to me, I'm like, oh, y'all went through my wallet. So they were already peeking like, he's not here. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, yeah, like I said, since that day, more and more information has gotten out. So it's just nothing bad, but I'm just seeing the system for what it is. I'm doing more and more research. Yeah. Because once you go in there, for whatever reason, once you're in there, you're not heard.
You're not heard.
You're not heard.
Wow.
Okay. I mean, it's for some people, great, but for me, that I'm like, yeah, maybe I was going through something, but the whole way that it was taken and the way that I was accused, I just felt like, I don't want to say like a victim, but that's exactly what it was. Like, because the doctor, she was determined, like, hey, you're sick, you're like, you need this medication. Like, I just felt like, I was like, yo, lady, I was just releasing stress. And it just went south. Okay. And of course, it had to do with my doing because of the fact that to him, he's like, yo, if I had called you and you had picked up the phone, it would have been a whole different outcome because I spoke to him. It's the fact that I didn't pick up, so he didn't know what to think.
Oh, so it was a second when they tried reaching back out to you. That's what
Correct.
really triggered it. Cause
Yeah,
like,
that's what
yo,
triggered it.
He's probably in the water now.
Exactly. So that's what triggered it. So
Yeah.
I see where he's coming from. So everybody asks me, "Oh, yo, you still?"
So you're not mad at the brother?
No, no, because of the fact that he looked out, whatever. I mean, I don't like how it was treated after, but like you said, a lot of people don't know about 988. A lot of people don't know other ways. Okay, 911 comes to everybody's mind. It's just simple fact that the way that it was taken between the time that the cops came,
Yeah.
so after, that's when I was like, basically, just the cops just made it worse. Bottom line.
Uh-huh.
Not even the clinic. Like, the cops just made it worse. Okay? Because that really runs you. Like, I mean, you're mad.
Yeah.
Okay? Because it's like, oh, I'm not under arrest, but, these
You're
are
under arrest, but
symptoms.
you got clubs.
You know what I'm saying?
You go in the back of a police car. I gotta keep them behind them. But you're not under arrest.
It's not under arrest. Like, it's the same symptoms. So now, what I mean by join them, at this point in time, I would just entertain them. So if they had group meetings and everything else,
Yeah.
let's go.
You're in it.
I'm in it. Get involved. What else? They anybody I want to sit down and ask me questions, like whether it's a student, another doctor or intern.
Uh-huh.
Hey, my story stayed the same. I got involved to the point they were like, okay, you don't really need to be here, but we have to hold you here for 72 hours. As long as you participate and you eat, and you wash up like I was
Yeah.
bathing, okay. Which is very important, which I didn't know. This is the part where I didn't understand why people were sleeping all day. Because I was like, how can people sleep all day? I don't understand. Like, I've been up since 6. I know when sun came up, I'm up.
Yeah.
Okay. I go back to sleep at 10 o'clock at night. I'm like, how do these cats just sleep all day and all through the night? I said, it's that pill. And that's when one of the nurses says, yes, the pill does have something to do with it, but it's also depression. So I was like, that's what depression is?
Yeah, because the part of depression is you don't want to do your regular normal routine. You sleep a lot. You don't wash up. You know, there are certain signs in depression. But you weren't displaying any of that.
No, I didn't even know that was
you
part of it.
Yeah, you made your bed. You take a shower. You make sure you eat your food because that's something to with depression. Some people don't want to eat.
Okay, I know about the lack of eating and the depression thing. That's all I know about depression. I don't know what the other symptoms are.
That's why chicks be losing weight when the man leave them. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, but that was the thing. I was like, okay, I'm eating just because and the food was not the greatest, but hey, like I said, I appreciate what you have. So yes, I am more appreciative. So now I did everything I needed to do, met with the doctors again, and okay, got a clean bill, you're allowed to leave. So of course I was the happiest person there.
Cartwheels and all.
Yes.
Okay.
So they hold you down. So that 1:30.
Okay.
You know, it goes 72 hours. So to me, I was like, thank gosh, because I thought they were going to hold me down till that 10 o'clock at night.
Uh-huh.
They didn't do that. They at 1 o'clock, okay,
They
cool.
got you out.
Part ways, we're good. So post that. After I left there, now there is a lot in between that happened.
Hold on. What did you feel like when you just went, when you left the facility? Just like you're free to go and you walked out. Who picked you up? Your wife picked
My
you
wife
up?
picked me up.
Okay.
And that too was comical. She got into it with security because they didn't know who I was. And once again, it's not that they don't know who you are. You're a number to them.
You're a number.
Your name means nothing to them.
I'm here for my husband and da-da.
Yeah, like I'm security, bro. Like I'm here for $17.50 an hour, bro. I'm almost done. Okay, I'm not here worried about your husband. But yeah, leaving that place.
Yeah.
I've never really felt like that before because I've never been held down like that. But I mean the freedom.
You felt free.
Oh, I felt free because no one's telling you what to do, when to eat. Actually, they don't tell them when to eat in there either. They feed them good. Can I backtrack a little bit on that?
Go ahead.
Okay, so we spoke on this in the past, like how at night, how I think this was like my second night going on third.
Yeah.
The next day I was getting released. This was Monday night. Mind you, everything happened Saturday. This is Monday night. I'm sitting in the room watching TV, watching TNT.
Okay.
Just whatever movie's coming after next, because I came in the room first. I had the remote control. Okay. Oh man, that remote was power.
Yeah.
Okay, so I was watching movies. Okay, I was tired of all these shows, and that's when I kind of came to the realization that the entire time we've been in a room with everybody, no one was really watching
TV.
No, people were getting fixed. I'm like waiting on when their next fix is. They're waiting on their next fix. So I'm like, wait, you guys worry about me smoking Mary J, but everybody's just waiting on those pills. Then that's when I kind of got everybody's story. I said, oh, what they brought you in for? Oh, no, I came in. I said, what do you mean? I need a prescription. I work out in Palm Beach. I said, what do you mean you work in Palm Beach? Oh, man, I work in Palm Beach at a gas station, man. And I need to get this prescription. I got to go find a way to get my check so I could get these pills. A little bit of investigation. He basically left a week of work to get the medication. It was a string of them. Fentanyl was one of them.
Wow.
And other pills that I can't pronounce or can't remember. Same story with like 3 other people that's been there for months. I was like, wait, you guys are here as volunteer? Like, yeah. Then some people were brought in. Then I'm like, now we're different pods because there's different pods.
Yeah.
So my pods was like the less aggressive offenders, I guess you could say. The further it got into pods, it would get worse because during the recess hour, because they don't blend us in together. During the recess, boy, they had the music out playing loud and they were wilding out, jumping the walls. Like, I mean, it was a zoo. Like, I was there like, wow.
Like a jungle.
Like, this is really, like, are they being tested? Like, I was very confused. So that's why the whole time I was like, I am not taking anything you guys got, pills-wise.
You ain't gonna try.
Even the food, I was inspecting. I was like, you're not going to get me.
That's bunkers. So let's keep the bunkers going, man. Mickey Valentine in the building, talking about his experience being Baker actor. So what happens now you get out?
So I'm out, and then I followed up, okay? I followed up because obviously... me leaving, while I was leaving, the lady told me, hey, just make sure you take care of that blood pressure. I was like, what you mean? She goes, your blood pressure is pretty high for your weight and age. I said, she's like, that was one of the main reasons why she was trying to keep you here.
To stabilize your blood pressure, get it down?
That's the excuse they use, but she's like, she could have kept me here, my doctor, she could have kept me here longer because I was having this issue.
Yeah.
So... after that, so I took the advice. You know, they were like, okay, so come in. We could send you to a clinic, and you could meet with a therapist or whatever. So I was like, all right, you know what? I'll just go through the entire thing because this is the only time I could get help that I don't really have to pay for.
All right, so you're going through now.
So I went in, and that week got weird, weird in a good way. I got a Medicaid card, and I was like, wait a minute. After all these years, okay, I was too overqualified, or I didn't I was always over that bridge,
that
right?
threshold, yeah,
threshold, and I'm like, it's the same situation. What changed now? All of a sudden, I got the help that I wanted.
Because you're a mental patient.
Is that what that is?
Yeah, that's what that is.
Oh wow! So you learn something every day because trust me, it replays in my head because I'm trying to figure out where did I go wrong.
So, what else did you get as part from Medicare? Did you get any help, assistance with the bills that you have going on? What kind of help they gave you? Did they like? Well,
it wasn't them. We just kind of when my wife went on the side and tried to figure out what else can we get help with. And then we were able to get rental assistance, which to me, because remember, it's 2 properties I'm paying for, so at least I got one. You
got your home and the business.
Yeah, that wasn't, so that I'm building, and that's what kind of offsetted everything. And then it's just solely me. My wife is helping too, but she's helping me towards the business. So it's not like she's her own client.
Right.
So of course, once that happened with the household,
yeah.
I don't want to say it's balanced my life out, but believe me, I have taken one of the deepest breaths ever. Like, I mean, when I say that, I'm
So something
delivered.
good. So delivered.
I'm
So
delivered.
something good came out of it.
Something good did come out of it. That's why I
Uh,
won't trash talking like I used to, because I was very confused on how they treated me. Which, you know what? I'm not saying go ahead and do this. Do not fraud the system, because there really are some people that are sick there. I just didn't
that
like
needed.
I just didn't like the way it was handled. But then again, I guess that's what protocol is.
Yeah.
Okay, I've been a blue collar worker basically my whole life, so I don't know how the white collar or how that part, HR works. So my mind is not set there. Okay, so I don't know how these things work. So it was just. I mean, like when I said think about it all the time, it's just that the initial experience. Like I know I should let it go, but just the initial from the cops being called.
Yeah.
That part.
That part.
That's the part that I can't just. It's just the whole treatment, the whole thing. You're here to help me, but yeah, you treat me like a dirtbag, okay? And the things your partner is just egging on the whole entire thing. Like I've never met you, lady. I don't even get pulled over. And then that was the part that just killed it for me.
Yeah.
The going in, of course, I didn't understand how the system was played or what was going on. I wasn't aware what was going on until the last day. And that's when I'm looking back, I'm like, okay. Because after a while, I knew everybody. 2012 of us, I knew everybody after that.
All right. So you get out. You mentioned something about being pulled over. What happens now if you get pulled over? What's been the advice from your attorney?
No, this was advice from more than
nurses?
from my attorney as well. Yes, he did say it, but he's just like, just call me. But the advice I got was from the nurses.
Yeah.
He said, "I'm gonna let you know right now." Okay, this was the first night I was there. I didn't understand why he was telling me this till after. Like, listen, you're not under arrest, but they're gonna keep you here. But I just want to let you know, when you get pulled over, if you ever get pulled over, just want you to be aware. I need you to comply with the police officers. I said, I do. Why would I be worried about that?
Yeah.
Okay. Once again, didn't make sense to me till I left the place.
Yeah.
He said because they're gonna do a background check.
Yeah, they're gonna run the license.
And if they see you were here,
your thing, yeah.
You were taken in for treatment. Things may get a little out of control. So just be yes sir, no sir. And I was like, why is he telling me this?
For your own good, bro.
So it wasn't until after when I was able to sit down and think about the whole situation, after all this time, and that's when I realized I was like, okay, you just gotta be careful because I'm not saying that I'm back to watching the news and everything else, but as you're seeing what's going on, any little excuse.
I don't even think it's an excuse, man. It's just, I mean, I'm not for the killing of unarmed people, but I don't know. I've never been a cop. I don't want to be a cop because I don't want to get in that situation.
I don't know why people are. I mean, I understand why people want to be cops. It runs in their family legacy, and some people do want to see law and order, and some people do want to do good.
Yeah.
But right now...
So for you, though, how has this changed your activities, outside of work, or how do you hang out now?
I lay low.
Yeah.
I lay extremely low. Like, almost non-existent.
Mm-hmm.
You got me out the house to do this,
because I'm Garrity.
But in general, I mean, I wasn't really flexing like I wasn't moving like I was back in the day. Obviously, because COVID kind of slowed down the way a lot of people lived, and of course, family life. But now, I mean, when I say strictly work and to the crib,
yeah,
strictly work to the crib. So now, if it's on my way home, like a Publix or something like that, yeah. But to get home and then leave to go out.
Yeah, to go hang out, bruh, party.
I chill my behind right there. Like, I'm not like, no. You call me if I'm on the road, okay.
Okay. Well, family, we're talking to Mickey Valentine, man. DJ Mickey Valentine from Fort Lauderdale, one of the premier DJs down in Fort Lauderdale, in that private space, in that private social market. But he was Baker acted, and he he just shared an experience with us, and what would be your takeaway to someone else, how to avoid this, because you're not upset at your friend who you called, but what would you say would you do differently Would you express yourself differently? Would you call somebody different? Would you have not called somebody? Would you just stay home to your problem? Because I was listening to a program where one dude said, yeah, I'll just keep my problems to myself instead of calling because I don't want to deal with this stuff. What do you say would be your takeaway?
My takeaway on it, I think I had to be released. I had to I had to let it out. Maybe the way I said it. Okay, it had to be released. It was just so much going on. I don't think I could have held it in. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't think I could have held it in. Just if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
Being honest, I don't think I could have held it in because that's how much. Because once the last news, we got to buy something else, we got to get more things, school is starting and all that type of stuff. Once that happened, bruh, like this was the bottle of Crown, and mind you, I don't drink Crown like that. It was just what was there.
Yeah.
Brother,
and
that was it. There was no measurement.
Yeah.
Okay. It was like, whatever this is, bless thy Lord, and then gulp. That's what it was. It wasn't like I took a shot. I'll be honest. That was not a shot. Okay. It wasn't enough to make me drunk, but it was enough to be like, hey, you know what? He has alcohol in his system.
Yeah.
I know that. It's not my first time. I'm 39 years old. But it's just the way I went about it. Like, now that I know that there is help out there.
Okay.
Whether you call 988, which is not the perfect number right now. They're getting their things together. 988 or 611, whatever, 211, whatever it is. Stay away from 911. That's my only advice. But get the help that you need because there is actual help out there. I didn't know there was. I just thought that was on my own on this. But there is actual systems, programs out there to help
you along the way.
And I learned that, as I said, as I'm going on week after week. And I'm like, okay, there are things available.
All right, man. We appreciate you sharing that story with us, man. So family, if you got family and friends who are going through a tough time, you may want to call 988 before. That's a new national hotline for people who request that type of assistance.
Mind you, we're not getting paid or we're not sponsors. we're just saying, hey, it's
988 is a national hotline. It's not, it's public service. So we're good with public service here. So if you got issues, just go 988 before you go 911. All right, only go 911 if it's a dire emergency. All right. That was an interesting conversation there, Mickey Valentine. Thanks for sharing with us, man. And we hope that you continue to learn from it, grow from it, and that the things that you are able to, the help that you need, it's actually there and working in your favor, man. Because sometimes it be coming in wolf in sheep's clothing.
Yeah.